The current situation in Bangladesh is dire. Protesters and security forces are facing off against each other. A curfew has been imposed in the country. Educational institutions are closed. Internet and phone services are down. And the army has tried to take control. However, it seems that this time, the situation will not be easily brought under control. Although unemployment and injustice regarding merit have been brewing in this country for a long time, this particular issue began with a peaceful protest on a university campus. The students involved in this protest claimed that the government had reserved a 30% quota in government jobs and the forces for certain people and their children. Unemployment is increasing steadily, with nearly 18 million Bangladeshi youth looking for jobs. Compared to less educated individuals, the university graduates face a tougher situation. Bangladesh has become a global powerhouse, exporting garments worth nearly $40 billion in the international market. This industry provides employment to over 4 million people, most of whom are women. However, these factory jobs are not sufficient for the educated young generation, as the population of Bangladesh is growing rapidly. Bangladesh is the 7th most populous country in the world, and with an area of about 144,000 square kilometers, it ranks 94th in the world by land area. Consequently, unemployment is continuously rising. This is why a large number of Bangladeshis can be found working in Gulf countries. Frustrated by unemployment and economic downfall, the public is now up in arms against this quota system. These protests are the most intense in Bangladesh's history, with over 105 people killed in a short period. During Sheikh Hasina Wajid's 15-year tenure as Prime Minister, the capital Dhaka saw the construction of new roads, bridges, factories, and metro lines, contributing significantly to the country's development. However, real progress is measured by improving the living standards of the people, providing education, teaching them skills, and creating opportunities. These should be the priorities of any government. The public votes for leaders to improve their lives, but corruption often takes precedence in infrastructure projects due to the potential for higher profits. This is similar to what is happening in Western Pakistan. Consequently, corruption has become rampant in Bangladesh, especially among those close to the ruling party. For a long time, corruption has continued unchecked in this country. Recently, 400 crores were withdrawn from the account of Sheikh Hasina's private secretary. Given this, one can only imagine the extent of corruption in this country. Unemployment has reached extreme levels, and in this scenario, reserving 30% of the jobs for the children of those who fought against Pakistan in the war is seen as grossly unjust. Initially, these protests were peaceful, but when the police and forces started using violence and firing bullets, the situation escalated. After the curfew, the army has been ordered to shoot protesters on sight. Remember, a curfew is the last resort when a country's situation gets out of control. Sheikh Hasina Wajid, who has been in power since 1996, now faces a movement aimed at overthrowing her government. The opposition in Bangladesh has always accused the government of rigging elections. And in January, Sheikh Hasina Wajid became Prime Minister for the 4th consecutive time. The largest opposition party, the Bangladesh Nationalist Party, did not participate in this election. Given the rapidly deteriorating situation, students from India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Myanmar have started returning to their home countries. Over 1,000 Indian students have returned via Kolkata. Train services in Bangladesh are suspended, and bus services are disrupted. It has become extremely difficult for the state TV to operate as protesters set the state TV building on fire 3 days ago. They also attacked a jail and released all the prisoners. Sheikh Hasina Wajid is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, and in 1947, Bangladesh was part of present-day Pakistan, known as West Pakistan. There was a distance of 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers between the two regions. Understanding the complete history of how Bangladesh gained independence and Pakistan was divided is crucial. But for now, to avoid making this video too long, just know that in the 1970 elections, the Awami League, led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, won a majority and was entitled to form the government. However, the army from West Pakistan and Zulfikar Ali Bhutto's Pakistan People's Party refused to recognize their victory. preventing Sheikh Mujibur Rahman from becoming the Prime Minister of Pakistan despite his rightful claim. In 1971, a rebellion broke out in East Pakistan, and the Mufti Bahini, trained by India, engaged in guerrilla warfare against the West Pakistani Army. The atrocities committed by the West Pakistani Army during this period are a complete chapter of history. On August 15, 1975, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his entire family were killed in a coup, except for Sheikh Hasina Wajid and her sister Rehana, who were in Europe at the time. They took refuge at the Bangladeshi ambassador's residence in West Germany. India's Prime Minister Indira Gandhi offered them political asylum, and they lived in exile in New Delhi, India, for 6 years. Sheikh Hasina became the first female Prime Minister of Bangladesh in 1996 and has been in power ever since. She harbors intense hatred and vengeance against Pakistan and its army, as well as those who fought against Bangladesh's independence. Despite 50 years having passed, those who supported West Pakistan are still being punished. This animosity can also be seen in their severed diplomatic relations with Pakistan and even during cricket matches. Since its establishment, Bangladesh has been plagued by political instability, having witnessed 13 different governments and at least 4 military coups. The last curfew in the country was imposed in 2007 during the caretaker government's rule to control student protests. The current protests are gaining more intensity, and the death toll is rising day by day. Initially, only the police were deployed in Dhaka to handle the protesters. But at one point, the Border Guard Force, BGB, was called in to assist them. Despite this, the situation could not be brought under control, leading to the imposition of a curfew and the deployment of the army. According to reports, the Supreme Court of Bangladesh overturned the High Court's decision to reinstate the quota system and further stated that only 5% of the civil service jobs should be reserved for the descendants of those who fought in the 1971 war for Bangladesh's independence. The 30% quota for the children of those who participated in the liberation war was initially introduced by Prime Minister Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in 1972. His daughter, Sheikh Hasina Wajid, abolished this quota in 2018. In 2021, several individuals approached the Dhaka High Court to reinstate this quota. Despite the Supreme Court's decision, the protesting students group, Students Against Discrimination, has stated that they will continue their protests until the government issues a decree in accordance with their demands. From this entire situation, it is evident that the current government does not represent the people's interests, and the public now seeks its ousting. In a democracy, the real power lies with the people. Therefore, it remains to be seen which direction the situation will take. Will martial law be imposed in the country? Will the government be overthrown? Or will the government somehow manage to win the confidence of the protesters? In my opinion, there is a significant likelihood of martial law being imposed. What do you think? Share your valuable opinion in the comments section. If you learned something new from this video, please like it. I will see you in another interesting video. Until then, take good care of yourself. Thanks for watching this video.